Hey, my name's Alita with Lily on the Thames, and today we're going to be learning how to make a centerpiece for your wedding reception. All you need to do this is a vase, some water, it should be clean vase, clean water, and waterproof floral tape, which is available on our website, and some bunch cutters. That and your flowers and greenery from your Lily on the Thames DIY wedding flower package. So what we're gonna do first is, using our waterproof tape, is make a grid on top of our vase. And what that's going to do is allow us to place flowers so they don't just flop down, but they'll be billowing and beautiful, and you'll have to use a lot less flowers than if you don't make a grid. So this vase is about, I would say, 6 inches across in diameter. I'm gonna make a grid that's 2 by 2. If your vase is bigger, or you're doing a ceremony urn, you're gonna wanna do more lines on your grid. But I think for our purposes today, 2 by 2 is gonna be plenty. So now I've got my vase with my grid on there, 2 by 2. We're done with the tape for now. What we're gonna do now is add our greenery, and then once we've filled out, made the size and shape of our arrangement, then we're gonna go back in and fill with flowers. So I'm gonna use my biggest pieces of greenery first. Any extra pieces I'm gonna keep to the side for boutonnieres and corsages later. Each time you place something in your vase, it should be given a fresh cut. And I always like to have a mirror close by, so I have a mirror over here that's gonna show me what it looks like from a different angle. Some of these bigger pieces can be used in the arrangement as well. I just give them a fresh cut before I put them in. And the goal by the end of this is to have a beautiful arrangement that doesn't show any of your mechanics. And what I mean by that is making sure that you don't see the tape at the end. So I'm placing greenery pieces all throughout, making the size and the shape of my arrangement. And I'm turning as I go, looking at it from all the different angles. It's gonna be a big mess, and then it's gonna look really good. So just be patient with yourself, and know that you don't walk into a forest and say, oh, this forest would be so beautiful if that tree was a little to the left. You don't say that in the forest, and you're not gonna say that about your arrangement, and nobody at your reception is either. So just make sure that you like it, get down on the angle that it's gonna be looked at, and make sure it looks good from that angle. That's the most important angle. All right, so I'm gonna have a look at it. Looks pretty cute. Now I'm gonna have some bigger pieces in there. Eucalyptus is a messy business, but it smells so good, and it is so pretty, and the coolest color that we just put up with it. We put up with the mess so that we can have the pretty arrangement at the end. All right, so that's where I'm at so far. I like where my greenery's at. I probably will use some more later, but for right now, it's at a good spot for what I need. So I'm just gonna tidy up my workspace and get some flowers. I've got my Lily on the Thames recipe flowers and made sure that I have everything that I need. The big thing you wanna remember is a fresh cut each time a flower goes in. So measure twice, cut once, because you cannot elongate a flower, but you can make it shorter. So it's better to err on the side of caution. And I start with my biggest flowers first. I'm gonna go next with my slightly smaller flower. And I find it's really nice to group flowers together. Just make sure you have lots of empty space as well. All right, so the important thing to remember is keep turning as you're going, because it might be really pretty here, but you've got a whole nother space to work with. And if it's a centerpiece, people are sitting all the way around. So just keep that in mind. I'm gonna put my other main focal flower on this side. Once I add all these flowers, it is a typical size of a lily on the tents arrangement. So you can see it's very full, very dense with flowers. It can be easily split up into about 3 mason jar size arrangements. So if you need more than 10, just shrink your arrangement recipe slightly and it will go a lot further. But if you're looking for a really full, lush look, I've got you covered. So I'm really liking where this is going. I've got one more flower to add. I don't feel I need it, but it's gonna go in there anyway, just to elevate it slightly. All right, so looking from all angles, I think it looks beautiful. Anybody at this table is lucky to sit there. I love it. This is your centerpiece arrangement tutorial. This is the size that you're looking at with any of our packages for centerpieces, and you can easily make it into more if you don't need an arrangement this large. Hope you enjoyed the tutorial. Thank you so much for watching.